Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Optimizer. So in this video we are going to see the introduction to 1D mesh in respect to the hypermesh. Okay, so what actually we are going to cover in this video, we are going to see when to use 1D element, what are the different types of elements and the application of the same. Okay, so let us start with it. So when to use 1D mesh? When one of the dimensions of the objects are very large as compared to other two dimensions, then you need to use 1D meshing or 1D elements. So for example, if you just see this here, the x dimensions of this bar is very large as compared to y and z. As compared to this y and z, this x dimensions is very large, then you can use a 1D element in that object or in that application. Okay, so normally the shape of these elements are just like a line. Okay, just like a line, you need to define the shape. And one more thing, user need to define the cross section of that element. For example, if you want to solve a beam has a circular section, then with the help of 1D element you need to only draw the line, and virtually you need to define the cross section of that object or cross section of that beam. Okay, so additional data required from the user is cross section area, that is other two parameters. That means if you compare this one, you are going to define only line in this case, and y and z you need to define as a cross section. Okay, so that is the main requirement of 1D element or 1D mesh. Okay, so what are the different types of elements are there? It starts from rod, bar, beam, pipe. So that we are going to discuss later in detail. So there are different practical example of this 1D meshing. It starts from long shaft, beams, pipe joint or structure. So all you can see the roll cage of the different racing cars also. So these are some application areas of this 1D meshing or 1D element. So let us discuss now what are the different types of 1D elements are there. Okay, so 1D elements are divided into 5 categories. First one is rod, then bar, next one is beam, pipe and axis symmetry cell. So these are 5 different categories of these 1D elements. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. First we are going to discuss about rod element. So whenever the object or beam is subjected to uniaxial tension compression, then you can use a rod element. What is meant by uniaxial tension compression? So if you consider the rod like this, and suppose force is applied in the direction of length only, then we can call that as uniaxial tension or uniaxial compression problem. Okay, why rod elements are suitable in that case? Because rod element has only 2 degrees of freedom. First one is translation in x direction and second one is rotation in x direction. Only 2 degrees of freedoms are there. Okay, so tension, compression and torque for some softwares, these rod elements are useful. Okay, so as we discussed, only uniaxial tension compression problem you can solve with the help of rod element. So generally we have a 6 degree of freedom, that is translation in x, y, z and rotation in x, y, z, but rod element possesses only 2 degree of freedom, that is translation in x and rotation about x. Okay, so let us move towards next, bar element. So bar element has total 6 degree of freedom, that is translation in x, y, z and rotation in x, y, z. Okay, so this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that denotes the number of degree of freedoms, and with respect to ux you need to take 1, uy means 2, uz means 3, that is translation in z. So likewise 4, 5, 6 are there. Okay, so this is applicable only for symmetric cross section area. Okay, so any kind of bar problem you can solve with the help of bar element. Okay, any kind of beam. For example, in this case, if suppose you have considered the bending force on the beam, then you can use a bar element. Okay, so shaft subjected to multi-axial loading, not only in one direction, multi-axial loading you can solve with the help of bar element. Okay, now next let us move to the next. So beam element. Beam element same as that of bar element, only difference is bar element are only applicable for symmetric cross section, but in beam element it can be, you can apply beam element to a symmetric cross section as well as unsymmetric cross section also. Okay, so here also for any kind of 1D analysis you can use a beam element. 6 degree of freedoms are present in case of beam element. Okay, so if you summarize first three, rod element is only applicable for axisymmetric or uniaxial tension compression problem. Bar and beam are applicable to any multi-axial compression or tension bending problem. In that, bar element is only applicable for symmetric cross section and beam element are only applicable for symmetric as well as unsymmetric cross section. Okay, so let us move to the next, that is pipe. So it is same as that of beam element except internal non-zero diameter is there. For example, in beam element you can use a cross section like this also, but if you and also you can use beam element for the section like this, that is solid section also you can solve with beam element. But pipe elements is only applicable for non-zero internal diameter, that means only hollow structure you can solve with the help of pipe element. Okay, so there are different application. Again, piping system, structural analysis, you can use the pipe element. Okay, now last type is axisymmetric shell, where only 3 degree of freedom are applicable for this axisymmetric shell element, that is translation in x, translation in z and rotation about y. Okay, so z axis of symmetry, x axis radial, x as a radial axis you need to consider, and different types of application just like a thin shell, pressure vessels, cylinder, conical object. For this you need to use axisymmetric shell element. Okay, so these are different types of 1D elements. So in this video we have seen when to use 1D element and what are the different types of 1D element, and from now next video we are going to apply different types of element for real time application. So if you new to channel, please subscribe our channel and just go through the previous video also, that will be helpful. Thank you very much.